I go.
Good.
What are you doing? That's not how to open a bag. That's how to play in it. Oh my goodness. Get out of that bag. Get out. Get out of that bag.
Good morning and happy Sunday. Welcome to Kayla's Home Crusade. That silly little girl you just saw was my beautiful Emma. She's 10 years old. And I got to tell you the backstory on this. Before I pushed record, she looked at me and she says, Mom, I want to do something for the video. And I said, you sure you want to do something? And she goes, yeah. And I said, well, what are you going to do? And she says, I want to teach them how to open a trash bag. Like, really? That's what you want to do? You want it? Okay, then. If that's what you want to do, you can do that. And I push record, and I look up, and she's got that trash bag over her head, and she's just wiggling in it. I'm like, that's not how to open a trash bag. That's how to play in it. She is such a character, I swear. She is always doing something for a laugh. She is just a comedian, and I absolutely love watching her grow into her own little person, because she's right at the age where she's getting her own likes and dislikes and her own clothes and what she wants to wear and her own style. And I just love watching her grow into that little independent person that she's finally gonna grow into when she gets older. It's just a really good time to be a mom and watch her do that stuff. Babies are cute and they're lovable, but you don't really get to see their personalities till they get a little bit bigger. And Emma's right at that point where she's starting to show her own unique personality, and I just love it. And so today, for this video, what we are doing was we had a yard sale over the weekend. Because if you remember in my last video, we were decluttering my bedroom and I had tons of bags and tons of stuff. So we decided to have a giant yard sale. And we took it all out there and it worked pretty good for the first half of it. But we had a major setback with the last half of it. I checked the weather. I swear I did. I checked the weather and it said 3% chance it was just going to be partly cloudy all day. And what did it do? It's like, I don't know. I think the tip of the Bermuda Triangle like pretty much aligns over our house, because anything and everything that can go wrong goes wrong. And we had a little cloudburst that went right over our house and just soaked everything. And so we all had to run out there and we had to grab everything as fast as we can. There she is wiggling again, that silly baby. She sure loves to play, but I think she wanted to join in the work just because her big sister was, and I don't think her heart was really into it. I think she was more into just playing around while we did it. So that's pretty much what she's doing at this moment. But anywho, back to the problem. We had a yard sale and it got rained out. And we had to drag everything in, and everything just got, the girls' idea was to pile everything in the living room. And I'm thinking, no, I just got that cleaned. Oh, yuck. So we had this massive mess. And my oldest daughter, Macy, who's also in the video over there, she is such a loving little helper. She decided she would come over and help us with it so we could get it done fast, get it over with, and then I can continue on to the room downstairs without doing this all day. And I was so glad she came to help. She's always such a wonderful little helper. She really is. She's 24 now and she lives on her own, so she doesn't live in the house anymore, and I was completely happy to have her come over. I'm always excited when she comes over. I miss her so much. I'm not used to her not living in the house, and when she comes over it just brightens my whole day up. But so we are getting all these Afghans bagged back up because they're my mom's, and those need to be sold. We're not just going to donate them. But the rest of them, we're just going to stick in bags and boxes and take down and donate, because I am not going to try to have another yard sale. That was just way too much work, way too much time, and then it all just blew up in my face. So we're just going to donate it all except for the Afghans and be rid of it and purge this house of a whole lot of clutter. And that's what we're doing. Macy's now working on the toys, and she does such a good job of motivating Emma. Emma wasn't in the mood to do anything until Macy sat down there with the toys, and then she wanted to help. So I was really proud of her. She's such a good big sister, and Emma just looks up to her. She really does. Anything Macy's doing, Emma wants to do it too. She is a huge role model to Emma, and I couldn't ask for a better one. Macy is just the best little girl, and I am so proud to have been her mom.
This is too long!
Bring it over here.
No.
Give it to me.
I can't find it.
Bring it over here.
Touching, I saw it, and then you moved. I'm sorry. My eyeballs kept on the dotted line.
Where did I see it?
Oh no. I know it's not that long. See, you
Exactly
can't
where the
find
line
it either.
is.
Mom, that's because.
Bring it to me. I know exactly where the line
Bobby.
is. I pulled 1,000,000 of them apart.
How special.
Macy, might be not. There's gotta be a dotted line or something.
Don't touch.
Well,
Stop touching.
You're
Touching.
Stacy.
Stop touching.
touching.
Mom.
Mom.
Stop touching. Bobby's bad at it.
Maybe that's the last one.
No.
Look. Oh, you did it.
Don't stop touching.
But, so if I touch it, it's never going to be found.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Seeing eyes of mine, what do you feel beside? I don't know where we're gonna fly like you did sometimes. Seeing eyes of mine, love, 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 I wanna be strong, strong. We're doing wrong, 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 but I'll try to fix it. Love, 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 I wanna be strong, strong. We're doing wrong, 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 but I'll change it, change it. Seeing eyes of mine, you see, there are no trees inside of me.
Okay, so everything was bagged up, and I did not film that process, basically because they were super heavy, and carrying them downstairs and into the car was something that my son was going to help us do, and as he absolutely does not want to be in it, so he didn't stay in it. And this is my new rug. Oh my gosh, I love that rug. I went to Home Goods and I found that rug, and I was like, oh, and I took a deep breath and I'm like, I know that pattern. And I couldn't stop thinking, this is going to fit the pillows on my couch perfectly, and it did. It looks like I bought it as a set. I could not believe the find that I found. I love Home Goods. But those pillows actually were bought with the couch as a set. But the carpet obviously wasn't. And I couldn't believe how well it matched. It's like it was just made, tailored to match those pillows. So I was absolutely just giddy that I got that, because it looks so good with the living room. What do you think? Do you think it looks good, or do you think that it is a little bit too white? I'm worried that the kids might actually spill something on it. I tell them they can't eat there, but then that doesn't always happen, especially if we have movie night. So I'm wondering if it, I think it looks really good, and I think it brightens up the place, especially when it was just all hardwood floors. But I'm still worried that any little spill is going to show on that. I really hope my kids are old enough that they're not going to do that now, because I love that rug so much. But I think it makes I really think it brightens up the place, and it looks less bare. What are, do you have any thoughts or comments on how I could, make the place look any better? 'Cause I am always open for it. I usually try to decorate very minimal, because dragging 10,000 things out with a house that doesn't have much storage isn't really all that great. But anything that, any ideas you have for fall would be great, because I absolutely love decorating for fall and for winter. Those are my two favorite seasons, and I love everything to look cozy and warm and inviting. So yeah, definitely put those down in the comments too, because I would love to hear your thoughts on my living room. Getting the living room back in order felt so good, especially with the amount of work that it took. And it took half the time as it would if I would have done it by myself. Thanks to my beautiful daughter, Macy. Love you, sweetheart. You are always such a big help. And now that we got it done, I basically, all I have to do now is show you some beautiful before and afters, and we can go downstairs and fix that mess. So this is what it looked like before, and it, if you remember, it was a mess, and now it looks so much better, and I'm so happy we got that done in a fraction of the time it would have taken me if I'd done it by myself. So let's get going downstairs. This is the downstairs bedroom, and these are all of the clothes that we chose to keep after we had gotten through all of those boxes. Now, keep in mind, I have 4 of my children and 2 of my stepchildren, so not all of those are going to go just to me or just to Emma, or so we do have a lot, and I pulled out a bunch that were going to go to Macy, and I sent those home with her because she needed those in her new house. So we're not still hoarding clothes, I swear. That's for a family of 6, and clothes always accumulate when you have a family that big. I love our huge family, but yes, we do accumulate a lot, and I mean a lot of stuff.
You're sick of my madness. Don't you tell me what I supposed to do. You're better off without me. Don't you tell me what I supposed to do. When I'm walking on the streets half naked, it's part of me, it's part of me. When I'm making my bright makeup, it's part of me, it's part of me. When you're crushing on my dreams and you're making me so full, get out of my life. I know what I'm supposed to do. When you're crushing on my dreams and you're making me so full, I know what I'm supposed to do. I know what I'm supposed to do. Supposed to do. supposed to do? You're sick of my madness. Don't you tell me what I'm supposed to do. Better off without me. Don't you tell me what I'm supposed to do. When I'm walking down the streets half naked, it's part of me, it's part of me. When I'm making my bright makeup, it's part of me, it's part of me. When you're crushing on my dreams and you're making me so cool, get out of my life. I know what I'm supposed to do. When you're crushing on my dreams and you're making me so full, I know what I'm supposed to do. I know what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to do. Bright makeup. I know what I'm supposed to do. When you're crushing on my dreams and you're making me so full, I know what I'm supposed to do. Bright makeup. I know what I'm supposed to do.
Okay, so what I'm doing here is, these are mostly just Emma clothes. I sorted them out in down there and just threw up everything that I could see that was Emma's. And because she has lots of clothes that has been donated, obviously now thanks to three of her sisters, she went through, showed me which ones she liked, which ones she didn't like, and those are the ones that we kept, which is really going to help me because now she is completely done with pants for fall and pants for winter. She's got plenty of pajamas, and she has all spring and summer clothes that are now going to fit her for this year, which, you know, with inflation and prices the way they are, that saves us just a ton of money, and I couldn't be happier about it. So I am folding her pants into one pile. I fold her shorts into one pile. I am folding I'm not folding the shirts. I am going to hang those up, and I divided them into two different piles. One is long sleeve, one short sleeves, tanks, and then, of course, we have dresses. So that is what I'm doing with her pile. I'll do that with mine and the bigger girls' piles as well, so that all just goes the same way for them when I put their clothes up. But right now, I think we should have a group discussion. I want to start a group discussion. I think it would be great because this Ruby Franke and 8 passengers thing has really got me thinking. And I think that every parent should have a discussion that basically is on YouTube or that watches YouTube with, like, mommy vlogs, day in the life mommy vlogs, school routine mommy vlogs, things like that. I think it really needs to be discussed because when it comes to children and their privacy and how much is too much, this discussion needs to be had because some people do go overboard with it, kind of like Ruby Franke. I had never seen 8 Passengers, to be honest with you. That was before I even got interested in YouTube. And basically, I got on YouTube and started watching videos when my daughter did. I had no interest in YouTube before that because I really didn't know what it was about. My daughter got on and she started watching videos, and they were like mommies and their kids toy testing stuff. And then she got on and she was watching things like Jordan Matters. Jordan Matter puts his daughter out there, and she does a bunch of gymnastics and photos, and Emma likes to recreate the gymnast pictures and stuff. So I started monitoring what she watched, and then I realized that there was a whole bunch of stuff I could watch on it, and I kind of got hooked. But the thing is, when I finally scrolled down and it's like, oh, okay, I'm finally gonna be watching the 8 Passengers thing, is because it came on one of my true crime YouTube channels that I absolutely love. Big shout out to Annie Elise, 10 to Life. Love watching her stuff. Love listening to it. Don't know why, but it just fascinates me. I just love watching her channels. Well, she brought up Ruby Franke, and she did a huge in-depth thing on it, and it does bring up the question, what is ethical and what is not? And every time I watch something, I started going down basically the rabbit hole of Ruby Franke and 8 Passengers and what happened and what she did. And I really don't want to get into all of the bad stuff that she did and whether she deserves to go in it or not, because what bothered me about it was how much is too much and what should be on the internet when it comes to kids and what shouldn't be. As I have a cleaning channel and my kids, they're in it. And so, yeah, that kind of involves my stuff too. But when I looked at hers, the only thing that came to mind was she has absolutely no content unless her kids are in it. And I thought, okay, well, what happens when her kids graduate or they get older and they're not content worthy anymore? What would her channel even be like if her kids weren't in it? And so the thing to me was my kids, they will make an appearance when they want to and on their terms, yes. But like to use my yard sale, for example, we had a downpour. And I think the difference would be I went out and I helped my kids. Now, if it was Ruby Franke, she'd probably be out there filming everybody else taking the stuff in. And I would have content because I could sit there and shove the camera out there and go, hurry, run, do it. But I'm not helping. I'm just sitting there filming everybody else helping. And I think that's wrong. I don't think it's right. And like, the other part in mine, my son didn't want to be filmed and I can't drag those out alone. I need help. So yeah, I didn't film that part. And so you saw a big skip because I'm not just going to shove it in and say, no, you're going to be in it whether you like it or not. I don't think it's right, especially if your channel, I'm a baby channel. I'm like a little newborn channel. But if I was to get big enough, there's a chance Matthew's friends in high school could get on there and see it. And the last thing I want, because, high schoolers are mean. They've always been mean. They always will be mean. And so the last thing I want is my son coming home going, yeah, my friends are making fun of me because I was helping my mom on her cleaning channel. And I don't want to be like the cause of more problems when high schoolers have enough problems as it is, much less, people making fun of them for being on their mommy's cleaning channel. And there's also the ethics problem of what can you show, what kind of information should you give out. I mean, yeah, I tell you my kids' age and I tell you the funny things they do, but I'm not going to tell you their school information, and I'm not going to tell you their health information, and I'm not going to follow them around, and if they're in trouble, film their punishment or how they brush their teeth, because it's just, I don't know. It's kind of, I feel like it is an invasion of privacy to some extent, because now I don't have a cleaning channel anymore. I just have look at my kids, and I don't want them to have to be the feature of my channel. I don't know. What do you guys think? What is acceptable? What's not acceptable? Where do we draw the line? And what do we permit? Because it brings up that. And every time I get on one of these channels that is talking about Ruby and 8 passengers, I get on the comment section and I'm thinking, I'm going to see something. And all these people are going to have comments on where to draw the line, but most of the time, all I ever get is comments on, well, she deserves this, and she's a monster, and she's hideous, and this and that. And, those are all fine and well, I guess, comments, but it doesn't address the problem of what we should have and what we shouldn't have on here. And because I am a baby channel, I'm sure there's a lot of other channels that have got way more wisdom on what to allow and what not to allow, because there are people on the internet that will take your information and exploit it, and if they don't like your channel, I'm sure they're going to run with it even worse. And I've seen some of those and heard some of those horror stories. The last thing I want is like someone driving around the front of my house telling me how bad they think I parent my kids, or I shouldn't have them in it because I gave out the front of my house, which has like the number to my street and stuff like that. So I'm kind of wary on what I should and what I shouldn't post, and for good reason. You want to keep your kids' life happy and healthy and fun, and you don't want to make it scrutiny and subject to stalkers. Basically, I guess that's the extreme right of it, but I mean, it can always go from little to extreme, and that's the extreme part of it. I mean, if I had to think of worst scenario, that would be it. So what I want to do is be able to put into the comments what my take, well, you've heard my take on it, but what you think, and I'm going to read them all, and I'm going to reply to them all, because I think this discussion needs to be had. And considering I'm not live or anything, I'm trying to work this discussion out to where everybody's replied to, and it is an open discussion where people are replied to, and that's a great idea, or this is not a great idea, and you can give me ideas that I've never had, because this is the first time I've ever had a channel, and I can and other people read other people's and get a whole bunch of different viewpoints on it that maybe I don't even think of. And I think it would be a great way for parents to discuss, since they are talking about making stricter laws on mommy vloggers, what exactly should be an acceptable region, because you shouldn't exploit your children for money. I mean, if your whole channel is dependent on your children and to make money, I don't know. I really think that's not a good thing because as much fun as it is to watch day in the life stuff, if that's your only thing, then you're pretty much using your kids to make money. And I think that's like in a very gray area of bad. I don't want to like come across as too harsh on certain family channels, because I know that there are really good ones out there. I mean, I absolutely love some of them out there that I watch and think that is so cute, and I just love watching the kids, you know, as they get filmed and time goes by and they get older and you're like, wow, they've really grown, look how they're doing. But it's the when do we get too far and when do we don't. I would love it if I could, that way I can have certain boundaries, and I make sure that, you know, it doesn't go over, and I get good ideas from you guys, because I've heard people say before, you know, when I first started this, I wish I would have known this because I never would have gave that out, or I wish I never would have done that. And I don't want to have to be doing the I wish I never thing. I want to have it to where I have certain rules, certain boundaries, and I just don't go over them. That way there is no problem in the future. And that way it keeps my kids' life, you know, happy, because the last thing I want to do is like, I can't believe she filmed her kid royally sick in the bathroom and wanting to throw up, and she's just filming it. I mean, the first thing my mommy heart would do is go over there and take care of my kid. Last thing I'm going to do is think about, should I film this? I mean, that's just utterly ridiculous. And that's the extreme right of it, is that's utterly ridiculous. A lot of us know that's utterly ridiculous. But where does the happy medium go? And I would love to hear your thoughts on that. This is my little girl again. This is Emma, and she came out from playing, and she's down here telling me that we are going to have, she wants family movie night. And so she wants me to hurry up. And I'm folding as fast as I can, but I'm really trying to fold fast because she realized I was filming, and now she's going into ham mode, and she's going to show you all her pretty flowers and then her really cool dance moves. And she's just too cute, but she sure likes to ham it up when it comes to videos. And the last thing that I ever want is to see that baby exploited in any way, shape, or form, or her friends tell me that they're not going to come over because they're afraid they're going to get filmed and put on the internet. And I don't blame that oldest boy of hers for cutting out his friends because they didn't want to come over and be filmed, because that lady was, well, she was something special. I don't usually like to say mean things on my channel about anybody, but yeah, she was in a class all by herself. There's her doll for you. She's just a little cutie, and I couldn't even imagine using her for content or for money. This is my room, and now the floor is so clean, and we can walk through there in the middle of the night without having to walk around a giant pile of clothes, and I'm so happy about that. I can't wait to get all those clothes off the bed, put away, start my movie night with my kids, and just enjoy it. And that is what we're going to do for tonight. So hopefully they don't spill anything on the new rug. And hopefully we can get back at this the next video. That mess over there, that's all my husband's, and he wants to go through that on his own, so I'm leaving it all for him. I don't know how fast that'll get done because he sure does work a lot, but it will get done. One dent at a time. I can do this. We can get this room clean, and between me and the kids, we're going to keep this house clean. We're going to get it situated, and hopefully we never have to go through another flood or another disaster like this, because my heart just can't take that again. If we ever move, I am hiring moving men, because it is just a pain in the butt to pack all this stuff up and move it all out and pack it all back in. I swear, yes, I'm getting moving men, because this is just, it's just a pain. And I moved it in once, and then we moved it all back out to get cleaned, and now we moved it back in again, and I am done with the moving. I am glad that we got that dent done, and next week we can get all that stuff done. And I hope to hear in the comments. That's my daughter's. That's Macy's. She's going to come over. We're going to have movie night, and she's going to take that stuff home. But I hope to hear in the comments what you think on how far you should go with your kids, what you should do, and what you think is acceptable, because I really do want to have an open discussion on that. Any comment you want to make, I'm going to be right there listening to it. I'll reply to it. We can have a big old group discussion, even though it's not face to face, but I really think that is something that should be addressed. And if you guys have a great night, and I will see you in the next one.